Welcome back to the next instalment of 10 for 10. This is a series from WatchGecko that sets out to inform you, the viewer, of 10 watches branching over 10 different categories that combined offer an extremely versatile, enjoyable and rounded collection, altogether coming in at a value less than £10,000. Some watches may be more expensive, some may be extremely affordable, but altogether they will collectively cost less than £10,000. Stay tuned to the channel for regular new episodes, as well as the WatchGecko blog for further coverage of each watch featured. Links will be in the description below. So, the big one. For many people, diving watches are just normal everyday watches. When most people think tool watches, they would either think diving watches or maybe chronographs. However, at their core, diving watches offer the owner a tough, well-built, durable watch that is legible, purposeful and reliable. Oh, and of course, have the ability to resist water, commonly 100 meters or more. As we have found across the board with watchmaking, watches can vary in size. However, for a predominant amount of time, diving watches have always had a larger case width when compared to different types of watches. With this in mind, we have a great suggestion that includes all those key points. The DS-PH200M from Certina was a new watch released for the brand at Baselworld 2018. This subsequently resulted in being their last appearance at Baselworld, for now, and I believe the watch didn't receive the coverage it deserves. The first feeling you get when you see the watch is although it's inspired by the past, it's definitely a new timepiece. The watch's case comes in just shy of 43mm, with a width of 42.8mm. The width is complemented with a lug-to-lug of 52mm, and complete with a very usable lug width of 20mm. We should also mention how well this watch is finished, with most of the focus being on brushed surfaces. Many reissues we see are covered in faux patina, faux lume, or forced aging. The Certina avoids all of these current trends and sticks to the modern approach of drowning those large legible sword hands with modern bright white superluminova, really defining the watch's design principles. The dial on this piece is coherently designed around the focus of red colouring. This is where we see the most instantly noticeable difference from the original watch, as the second hand is also complete in red. This additional red feature really works to bring the dial design together perfectly. While we're on the topic of original feeling features, we have to tell you about the crystal on the watch. A Hess-like box crystal adds a fantastic nod to Certina's rich history, acting as a nice little addition, reminding the wearer the watch is a past. For everyone now concerned, you have to be very careful when you wear the watch because of said crystal. Don't worry. It's complete with additional NEX scratch guard coating for worry-free wearing. The movement powering the Certina is the automatic ETA Powermatic 80.11. A fan favourite for many Swatch Group watches, this automatic movement comes with hacking and an impressive 80 hours of power reserve. This is perfect for the Certina, adding further emphasis on this watch not just being another one-for-one copy of an original. As the name suggests, it comes with 200 meters of water resistance. And on the topic of water resistance, let's stay with the name, as that tells us much more than just 200 meters. DS is referring to Certina's clever double security concept. This system includes increased number of seals, a reinforced screw-down caseback, and crowns to ensure maximum water and shock resistance. Let's talk about how the width of the Certina wears on the wrist. Well, it's a 42.8mm watch, so it should come as no surprise to hear it's got a large presence. The actual case itself is closer to 41mm, with the wide overhanging bezel making up the 1.8mm excess. It's fair to say this is a watch created to be noticed on the wrist. The overall large size is somewhat balanced out by the watch's impressive thickness. 7mm out of the overall 13mm thickness is down to the case, with the rest being credited to the bezel and crystal. The result is a watch which actually feels surprisingly snug on the wrist when you consider the dimensions. After wearing the piece in a range of situations, two of the most standout noticeable features are those large bold hands and wide bezel. They both add to the watch's inevitable military vibe and bold proportions and style. With the PH200M, you receive a soft light brown genuine leather watch strap and a black-grey striped NATO as standard. For me, I stuck with the light brown leather strap for most of my time with the watch. However, the NATO does play on the watch's sporty aesthetic really well. Said sporty style is something I want to play on more with these strap suggestions. The Tropic Rubber by Zulu Diver. The Tropic Rubber is one of the best rubber strap choices to go for if you want to make your new diving watch feel nice and authentic. These strap designs originate from the same era as the Certina, yet still give the watch a modern, sporty look. The Tropic Rubber now comes with upgraded buckles, with both polished and brushed finishes, a must-have in your collection. The Premium Croc Diver by Zulu Diver. If you want a strap equally as unique as the watch, you need to go for the Croc Diver. This strap combines the practicality of EPDM rubber with the stylishness of a Croc pattern. To make this incredibly comfortable strap look just that little bit more impressive, go for the red stitching to pick up on the Certina's use of red on the dial and complete an extremely coherent look. The Old Chester by Geckota. Finally, I wanted to go for something a little bit different from the previous suggestions. The Old Chester favours continuous stitching down each side of the strap, rather than the thread around the lugs on the standard leather option. Here we've gone for the dark brown, which actually gives the illusion of toning down the bright white and red on the dial. There may be a small handful of watches that are perfect, and for most require zero changes. However, for us here at WatchGecko, small tweaks would really make this watch just that little bit better. Overall dimensions. I believe the largest wrist in the office is just over the 7-inch mark, so as a group of collectors we tend to lean towards smaller watches. With this in mind, a 39mm version of the Certina would keep the watch's prominent presence on the wrist and would play into the appealing thickness. Bezel updates. I did notice some play in the bezel when setting it to the correct position, however it is nice and easy to adjust on or off the wrist. Picking just one diver's watch for a rounded collection was never going to be easy. However, the Certina does offer something rather different. As a diving watch, it meets all of the requirements with ease. Legibility, thank you sword hands. Reliability, thank you 80 hours of power reserve. Durability, thank you DS technology. And most importantly, water resistance, thank you once again DS technology. The PH200 is a watch which evidently is inspired by Certina's vast history, but in a modern way. The 42.8mm case width keeps the watch's appeal high. The solid construction retains its reliability, and its unique approach to a historical watch keeps it unique. For brands with recognised history, it seems reissued watches are somewhat expected in today's current market. And, admittedly, some do offer very similar features to the Certina. However, competition at the Certina's price point is almost non-existent, especially when you consider how much of a statement the watch can really make on the wrist. The Certina DS-PH200M is currently available for £565. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank Certina for sending the watch out to us for review and to be featured in this new series. If you're interested in learning more about the watch, we'll leave a link to their website and social media platforms in the description below. Stay tuned to the channel for the next episode of 10 for 10, where we explore another great watch that is perfect in creating a well-rounded collection